Today I'm going to tell you how you can actually sell your house in 7 days using the multiple offers strategy. Hi, my name is Volney Ellis from letscallmyagent.com, where your support and referrals help feed the hungry in our community. All right, so let's jump into my computer and let's get started. Okay, so as always, this video is part of a series entitled Sellers Beware, and in this series I provide helpful selling tips in the form of short videos with the sole intention of assisting you with making an informed decision should you decide to sell this year or anytime in the future. If you're actually seeing me for the first time, I work with buyers and sellers and investors in the Greater Toronto area, and here's a condensed version of my story. So in 2005, I actually left my job as an electrical engineer and I got my license as a real estate sales professional. After buying and selling scores of properties for dozens of families over the years, I upgraded my qualifications to become a real estate broker. And at the time of shooting this particular video, my legal and professional designation is broker of record. So why should you listen to me? Why should you listen to what I have to say? Because I have designed and developed a unique direct response marketing and advertising program that attracts hundreds and sometimes thousands of buyers each year into my buyers in waiting program. The fact that I work with so many buyers has allowed me a unique insight into what buyers are looking for when they enter your home. So in short, if you're actually looking to sell, I may already have a buyer for you. So contact me today. Okay, so we're going to start our presentation today with a number of disclosures. Disclosure number one is that this particular presentation is meant for informational purposes only, and you must seek the guidance of a licensed real estate sales professional. Why? Because there's a number of rules, regulations, and disclosures which govern this particular technique. In addition, this technique may not be suitable for everyone. So for example, if you have a particular sale price in mind, a predetermined sale price in mind, then this technique will not work for you, because this technique is designed to give you the highest possible price at the time your property is actually listed for sale. So no one can predict the price that you will get at the time that you list your property for sale. Okay, so what can you expect? Of course, your property is going to be sold in 7 days. You will get the highest possible price. You will start a bidding war with multiple offers, and you will actually attract all the buyers in your price range. So for example, if the buyer is looking for a 4-bedroom detached home in a particular area, that buyer will come through your property once you implement the techniques that I'm going to be showing you in a few moments. So here's the most important part of this technique. It is preparation. Okay? How do you prepare your home in order that when the buyer steps through the property, they are completely blown away? You have to make sure that the property is immaculate. And the reason for this is because every single buyer, even though they're not going to announce it, are looking for a unique experience. And that experience has to be positive. Once they experience something positive, something amazing, something outstanding, then the buyer will have no problem paying you a premium price for your home. There's a reason why buyers pay premium price for certain cars and not other cars, because of the experience. And that's what you want to deliver. You want to deliver a particular unique experience to every single buyer. So if your neighbor's home is dirty, your property has to be immaculate. If your neighbor's home is shabby, your property has to be spotless. If your neighbor's home is not smelling too right, your property has to smell amazing. Everything has to be in place. It has to be well staged. In other words, the buyer wants and demands a unique experience, because they're going to be looking at a number of properties. Yours is just one of many properties that they're going to be looking into, and you want your property to stand out so that when the buyer leaves, they will be able to remember your property with a smile on their face, because they know that, oh my goodness, that property was just amazing. So that's the experience you want to deliver to the buyer, and preparation is what actually helps to make that happen. So number two, you actually have to get an accurate home evaluation from a licensed professional who understand how to do an evaluation correctly. Okay, the valuation must include every single property that recently sold within a 500-meter radius of your home, every property that expired within that particular radius, and every property that's listed on the market within that particular radius. Your home is impacted by local condition. Okay, local conditions determine the value of your home. Okay, and that's why everything within this particular area has to be taken into consideration. In addition to that, there are some other things which are actually listed on the screen which will add some bonus to your properties. For example, if you have stainless steel appliances and it's from a high-end supplier, the presence of those appliances in your property will actually give you additional bonus and will add to the value of your property. So the home evaluation is crucial and it has to be done correctly. Okay, let's move on. Here's how you price the property. Once you know the value of your home, you then list the property 10 to 20% below the market value. So for example, if market value is $800,000, all your neighbors are going to be listed at or around $800,000. You are going to be listed $80,000 to $160,000 below them. So in other words, in the buyer's mind, here I am getting a property that is listed way below its market value. You're not selling your home for this particular property. Bear that in mind. You're listing the property at this particular price in order to get the interest of buyers, in order to attract the buyers through your front door. You have to know that your property cannot be sold unless lots and lots of qualified buyers actually walk through the front door, and this particular pricing technique will get those buyers through the door. Once they come through the door, they're going to see that the property is amazing. The property is immaculate. The property smells good. The property looks good. Everything is just right about this particular property here, and then they will be inclined to submit an offer when the time is right. Number 4, exposure. So the property should be on the market for 7 days. Okay. Of course, bear these other things in mind. You have to lock away all your valuables because a lot of people are going to be coming through your property, and you have to make sure that every buyer is accompanied by a licensed real estate salesperson. So a buyer can't just show up on the door, knock on your door and say, you know what, I understand your property is for sale. I'd like to come in and take a look. No, that doesn't work. Okay. The buyer has to call a licensed real estate brokerage. They have to book an appointment. The brokerage will then know who this buyer is by doing some background check, some initial background check on the buyer before the buyer is taken into your property by a licensed real estate salesperson. So the buyers are not going to be, should not be allowed to knock on your door and walk in off the street. Completely unacceptable. Number 5, multiple offers. Okay. So basically, in order for you to get multiple offers, you have to accept every single offer on the same day at the same time. Of course, a deadline for offer registration has to be set, and that deadline must be 2 hours before offer presentation. And the reason why you want to set the offer deadline and the offer presentation 2 hours apart is because some real estate agents are always late. They're constantly late. And therefore, you have to give them an opportunity to partake in the multiple presentation party by leaving a gap between registration and presentation. So even if they submit the offer late, you still will be able to consider that particular offer before presentation time. Of course, you have to, all potential buyers have to submit Form 801. So what is Form 801? People are not allowed to call in and say, you know what, I have an offer for you. That's unacceptable. The intent has to be in writing, and that intent is captured by Form 801. So Form 801 is not the offer itself. It's just an intention from a particular buyer or buyers that they will be submitting an offer by the time the presentation takes place. Okay, and of course, give priority to pre-approved buyers with large deposits. So that's a big tip there for you. Okay, all right, so I've actually presented all the information to you. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, share what you've actually heard to somebody who actually will use this information. And if you'd like to subscribe to the Sellers Beware video series, just simply go to that URL, www.sellerbewarevideos.com. Okay, Thank you so much for your time. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video.